The Colt M4A1, a classic assault rifle in Escape from Tarkov, boasting a rate of fire of 800 rounds per minute. I used to steer clear from this weapon due to the high cost. However, this wipe, I went ahead and learned how to make some usable, cost-effective weapons. I utilized the barters for this. I had never really looked at them and they turn out to be quite affordable. Most of the items today are going to be from level 2 and 3 traders, so it is available to, I would say, the majority of players. You should always be leveling your traders to gain access to more items. It really helps you in the long run. Anyways, let's take a look at what I have in store for you today. It's quite exciting to see what you can do with these builds that are 150 to 200,000 rubles. To keep things simple, we're going to go ahead and use these 3 attachments on all of the weapon builds. And so let's take a look at how I would start. I would never buy this M4 from Peacekeeper level 1. It's roughly 100,000 rubles. If you use the barter, that's going to be roughly about 60 to 80,000, or you could buy the M4 from Mechanic level 3 for 67,000. Once you add the attachments, that makes the first weapon we're looking at today at roughly 170,000, which is not too bad. It is usable. However, it is going to be the worst out of all 3. Next, we have this barter for 2 pro kill medallions. What you're going to do is take off the attachments and then add on the ones that I showed at the beginning of this guide. And that brings this weapon to approximately 130 to 140,000 rubles. And it's really good. The reason you don't want to use the variable zoom sight is because when you go into full auto, your sight picture will bounce around and be completely black. This is a problem that the Validate also has. If you want to counter that, use something like a Voodoo. That's not to say the other variables sights are useless. However, you're going to have to tap fire in single fire mode and avoid full auto. My favorite barter for the M4 is this one from Mechanic level 3 for 4 GP coins. It is really good because it comes with some of the attachments that are adjacent to best in slot. So this one handles best out of all 3. Again, just slap on those 3 attachments from the beginning of the guide and you're going to have a very usable weapon. Now, just to have a little bit of fun, I went ahead and built what I would consider a meta M4, coming out to 450,000 rubles. Let's go to the recoil test and see if it's worth that much. While we watch the recoil test in the background, I just want to talk about ammo a little bit. I would recommend that you at least use M856A1 for these kind of weapons. Unfortunately, that does have a 150 limit per trader reset, so it's a little bit tricky and you kind of have to stock up on ammo. And the reason I use this ammo is because it goes through class 4 relatively reliably. However, once we get to late wipe, you're going to be wanting to use M855A1 or 995. However, there is a really good craft for 995 at the workbench, which I've started stockpiling. So those would be my recommendations as far as ammo is concerned. However, during all the clips in this video, I was using M856A1. And I generally just go for headshots with the high rate of fire, and it works well for me. The other thing I noticed is, yes, the meta build is really low recoil. However, it's not that much better than the third build I listed at half the cost. So keep that in mind when you're building your weapons, that sometimes meta is a little bit overrated. One thing that I forgot to mention during my builds is that the high capacity magazines are very useful and I ended up using them a lot. So if you can, make sure to use those. Anyways, I hope you found this video useful. I have really started to enjoy using the M4 now that I know how to make weapons at an affordable price. Before I kind of researched it, I was always getting to those 300K or more builds and it just felt bad. But once I started using the barters, it got a lot better. So I hope this helped you as much as it helped me, just learning a little bit more about the game. Anyways, I just have some gameplay here of me mostly doing the capturing outpost quest. There's a lot of PMC kills. I've shortened it all off, so there's a lot to see here, and I hope you stick around to the end of the video. If you enjoyed this, make sure to give me a like or a comment or subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next guide. Bro, I'm right behind you.
I know. Don't kill me.
I'm sorry. I need these kills in this area.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Please don't take my gun, okay?
Yeah, I'll drop your stuff, bro.
Okay, wait a minute. I want to eat something. Wait a minute. Believe me.
Вон он, блядь, ебашь его!
Есть, нет.
Вроде никого. На, блядь, жри, сука!
Ой, бля, черный плащ, сука!
Да вот он!